What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Wars. Thanks for joining me today. So, as we're starting to do this new series every Saturday, we're going to be looking at my top swing picks going into next week. I'm going to be breaking down my approach to swing trading, what I do, and try to give you guys some quality picks that you have going into next week to hopefully give you an advantage when you're doing your scans and when you're picking your trades. All right. So, thank you so much for joining me, first of all, on a Saturday. I really greatly appreciate you guys that are here. I know you probably have a lot of other things that you would like to be doing, but I'm gonna keep it as educational as possible. And let me go ahead and just make sure we have audio. Hit me with a 1 if you can hear me okay. And then what I'm gonna do right now, I'm just gonna go on Twitter and let me just delete this one. I'm just gonna say live now, just so we have everybody that can be here to be here. Okay, so we're gonna do that live now. Come for lobster. I'm gonna get some lobster after, man. I'm just feeling that right now. So that's how we do it. So we hit that live now. Coming for lobster. Let's go. Let's go, man. I'm so happy to be here today, man. I'm so happy. I love you guys so much. Appreciate you guys. So let's start off. Let me just teach you guys a general approach to scanning the market. So the first thing that you can do when scanning the market is you can use a manual approach or you can use a software-based approach. So what I do, guys, is I actually created this free watch list right here. It's called my daily watch list. All right. And how I built this watch list is I went to this website called finviz.com. Okay. It's a free website. And when I first started trading 7 years ago, this was a very helpful tool for me. So what I do right here, guys, is I just go to the sectors and I pick the market leaders and from these individual sectors, like the ones that have the biggest size are the market leaders in that respective sector. Okay. And then what I did right there, guys, is I created this watch list for myself over time by starting off with that. And then I manually added stocks that I traded over the few years to come up with this list. Okay. So my approach is, so first of all, hit me with the 2. If maybe I'll share this watch list with you guys. Hit me with the 2 if you want me to share that with you. I'll try to share it with you. I don't know how, but I don't know. Maybe there's a way to share this. I'll figure it out. Share list, look. So I'll figure that out, guys. Okay. So hit me with a 2 if that would be if you'd be interested in that. Thank you very much. So we start off from the top of the list. So the few time frames that we want to focus on here, guys. So go ahead and get the pen and the pad out. So the time frames that I want to focus on are the weekly and monthly for the actual swings. And then I'm also going to look at these time frames. So you can write these down: 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, which the 4 week is the monthly, and then 2 month, and then 3 month. So these are time frames I want to look at because they basically have a lot of volume, a lot of trade, and a lot of traders that are in these time frames. Because if you think about it like this, right? If you have a monthly candle, right? Let's go to the monthly candle for Apple. You have a monthly candle for Apple. So here is last month's candle. Imagine how many traders were trading in this bar, right? To create this candle, we've had 1 whole month of buyers and sellers interacting. So that obviously means something to the market, right? And the lower the time frame you go, the less traders are involved because it's just a specific amount of time. All right. So what I do is I go through my list. So I'm just gonna show you guys how I do it for the weekly, and then I'm gonna show you guys, like, I already did the work and picked the ones that I wanted, but I'm just gonna show you guys what I do. So if I don't have an inside bar or an outside bar or a Fibonacci, one of those 3 setups, if I don't have one of those 3 setups, then I will not take a trade. And the reason is because I've identified that I have an edge when I trade my inside bar, my outside bar, or my fibs. So I don't want to be taking a trade if I don't have an edge. Okay, guys? So Apple, I would pass on that. Next, so Adobe. So the Adobe, I already had this fib lined up. So that was a trade that's already in play. AGO, skip. AMD. So AMD, as you guys know, I took the inside bar last week and I made about 4 times on my calls. Actually, I have them right here. So I took the AMD calls from $2.16 to $6.08. So this is the tracker that I use for the room. So AMD was a big winner this week. Activision Blizzard. So we had this inside bar last week, but what I'm really trying to focus on is the ones for this week. So here's a good setup right here. So AXP, American Express, this is what we call the Trading Wars Nirvana pattern. So the Nirvana pattern is basically when we have the inside bar followed by the outside bar. And those are generally very rare, very powerful patterns. You could see the last time we had a Nirvana, we closed with an inside. So we did a Nirvana into a Holy Grail. And then from the breakdown of that bar, we had a nice push down. So that would have been great money on puts. Okay. So right here, what I do now is I'm going to pick a color. So let's say this light blue or whatever the hell that is. I don't know, teal or whatever. That's the one that I'm going to put on my list so that I can come back to it after I've gone through the manual scan. Boom, right here. Jonathan, again, my brother here, showing you love and appreciation as usual. Thanks for making us better traders by sharing this valuable knowledge. Thank you, brother. This is my purpose. This is what I do. I try to educate. I try to help people as much as I can all my life. Okay, so next one, Boeing, right? This is a beautiful, another Nirvana. So we'll put that on there. Here we go. Bank of America, outside bar. So I already have that on one of my watch lists. Caterpillar, another one. Okay, I have that on my watch list. Okay, CL, Comcast. So I'm just gonna, like, that's what I do. Okay, so I go through all of them. Look, Costco, nice little inside bar. I go through all of these. I'm not gonna waste your time going through all of them, but I put together a few lists right here. So these are the outside bars that I am focusing on going into next week. Bank of America, Space, Morgan Stanley, Starbucks, and Caterpillar. Okay, so hit me with a 4 if you're following me so far. And then I'm going to tell you how I trade these. All right, so hit me with the 4. So what I also do, guys, is I use scanners to make my life easier. But I always like to throw in a manual scan every week just in case I miss anything, because sometimes the scanners, you might miss something. Okay, but anyone that joins any of my services or buys my book or whatever, you get the scanner for a lifetime. You get the scanners for lifetime. Okay, so if anybody's interesting, if you want to save time and you just want to use a scanner, I have those scanners for my members. But you don't have to do that. By all means, I'll share the watch list. You add the ones you want to watch, and then every week you can manually go through them. Okay, so this is what we do. So I'm gonna use an example from last week in order for me to explain this. All right, and then we're gonna come back to these picks. So let's just go here to MU. So MU is an example of an outside bar that we took a few weeks ago in the room, and I'll show you how we trade it. So we'll go here, MU. So here was the outside bar on MU. So this is my actual trade right here. So I'm gonna move that right there. Okay. So this is how we took MU. So so let's get some fundamentals down. Let's get some fundamentals down. So make sure you have the pen and the pad out. And I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait until you have it out because I want to say a few things that you need to have written down. So hit me with the 3 when you have the pen and the pad out or you have your book out. If you have the Trading Wars Drill Down book, make sure you have it out because we're going to take some notes here. So generally speaking, when we look at an outside bar, if we just look at this chart and we count how many outside bars there are, generally, we don't have an outside bar followed by an outside bar. That's what we call a double outside bar. So we know in our head, if it breaks one side, it's not likely to come back and break the other side within the same candle. It can break the other side, but maybe later on, but not right off the bat. So that is some things that I use in my brain saying, okay, outside bars usually have a directional push. We don't know how long the push is going to last, but it gives me an edge because I know that there's a chance, like a good chance, that it's not going to come back and fully reverse me out within 1 week. Because then that would create an outside bar followed by an outside bar. A double outside bar is extremely rare. Okay, so hit me with a 5 if you understand that point. And the importance of that point is this: once we take a directional trade on an outside bar, we have a chance that within that week it's going to close and it's not going to take out the other side, so we can always tighten up our stop loss to protect ourselves so we don't lose a full amount on the trade. The other thing is this: after an outside bar, it's also rare to get an inside bar, and that's what we call the Holy Grail. That's why I call it the Holy Grail. After it's not rare, but it's less likely. Okay. Boom. Will with the 5. Thanks for showing us how to do it. I was always wondering how to find plays. Thank you, bro. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. So essentially what I was saying is that you don't really have inside bars following outside bars as frequently as in outside bars just breaking out. Okay? So that's another important point. So you have to pick what style you want to come in. So with MU, based on the outside bar and based on the positioning of MU, so I did see, look at this. I had this levels marked out. You see here how we had all of this support, 1, 2, 3 wicks, and then we had some wicks, 4, 5, 6 wicks. So my whole plan with MU was this. I'm going to take the trigger right here on MU. I'm going to play the trigger. So I don't always take the trigger. I also drill down, right? And that's what we talk about in the book right here on the drill down method. I drill down, but I wanted to take the trigger in this particular situation. So with the trigger, all I did, guys, is I entered short right here. I entered short at $70.15, and my stop loss was $73.01. So I risked close to $3 on this trade. So I took this one with options and with shares. And right off the bat, I got filled. You can see right here, I got filled. We came down, we hit partial targets, and then we turned back. So I was a little bit nervous, but the benefit of doing it this way, after this week closed, guys, so my initial stop was here. I was able to bring my stop down to here. So now I'm not even losing that much on the trade if it goes against me. Luckily, this one was a good trade, right? And it came all the way down here, guys, and it tagged 1.5. And 1.5 times my risk, so you see here, 1.51. It tagged 1.5, it started pushing back up. But 1.5 and 1 are areas where I scale out the majority of the position. The rest of it, I leave at break even. So now the stop is at break even for the remainder of the position. And I just leave it on to see if I can catch a home run trade. Okay? So hit me with a 9 if you guys follow me there. So that one's just a pretty straightforward, just break of an outside bar setup. All right? So hit me with a 9 if you understand that. So now I'm giving you these ones for free, guys. Bank of America, Space, Morgan Stanley, Starbucks, and Caterpillar. Those are the 5 that are on outside bar watch. Okay? The entry, like I said, we can use the triggers or we can use the drill down. And in the drill down, guys, I talk a lot about it in the book. You guys already know what we do. So on the drill down, we drill down with opening range breakout, fibs, inside bars, etc. How do you play shares when the stock goes down? You can only play shares stock goes up. No, if you have a margin account, you can short shares. Okay, so I guess you're very new to trading, but you can short if you have a margin account. Boom, Goofy X, $10. A percentage of the profits from your calls this week. Thanks, Rich at Revenge Buddhas. Thank you, brother. Thanks for giving back, man. I appreciate that. All right, so these are the outside bar watch, and right here in the October swing trade ideas. So you can see we had some big ones with AMD, Morgan Stanley. Those options were crazy. We had a loser on Disney and HD off the bat. MU did well. Etsy hit partials, and DraftKings was a loser. So I have these 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have these 5 for next week. These are extra picks for my members. If you guys are interested, check me out at tradingwars.com, okay? But you don't have to, by all means. I'm showing you guys the process. So you can go ahead and do it yourself, right? You can go ahead and do it yourself. But if you want to trade with me in the swings, you can check that out. And while we're on this topic, let me just do a quick recap of AMD and Morgan Stanley. So let's do Morgan Stanley to show you guys how this worked, okay? So I'm going to hit the replay. So the first thing that came to my attention with Morgan Stanley was the Holy Grail setup. So we had the Holy Grail setup, which is an outside bar, inside bar on the weekly. So what I did is I drilled down to the daily, and let me play this out. You see, here's my entry and my stop. Okay, so here we go. So the first bar of the week was a big selling bar, and then we had this little doji. So I played this doji to the upside for Morgan Stanley. So here was my entry and my stop. And I bought options and shares. And I'm going to show you guys something interesting here. Look at this. So I actually got stopped out. You see this wick right here? This wick stopped out my shares. So if you look at the spreadsheet here, we have a loser on the shares. But because I always do full risk with the options, I did full risk here with the calls. So because I did full risk here, I was able to take the calls. Let me actually pull it up on my phone. And I'll tell you the ones that I actually took, because I don't know why it's not here anymore. I must have deleted it by accident. 1 second. So Morgan Stanley, October 22nd, 100C. Okay. So I'll explain to you guys how I did that. So you might be wondering, how do you get stopped out on the shares, but you're still in the options? Because with the options I always do full risk. So this is how I played the options right here. So this price right here, 98.54. Once Morgan Stanley broke 98.54, I had a conditional market order to fill me on the 100 calls. Okay. I got filled on the 100 calls at $1.56. And they went to a high of $3.47. All right. And let me just show you how this played out. Boom, boom. There we are. And I still have them until October 22nd. So I still have time for this trade to play out. But this is what I call the drill down. All right. This is what we call drill down. The only difference is on a swing trade, we do higher time frames versus day trade. So hit me with an 8. If you guys understand drill down, you have a copy of your book, it makes sense. All right. Because it is a little bit advanced. But this is how you get cheaper option premiums. If you wait for the weekly highs and the monthly highs to break, if you wait for that, guys, you're going to get expensive option premiums. You want to catch the option premiums when they're cheap, because it's not just about picking the right direction, but it's also about getting them for a discount. Okay. All right. So that's it for the swings. I have a lot more. You see, I have all my lists here. I have a lot more, but I don't want to overwhelm you guys. If you're into it and you want to see what I'm doing, you guys know what you got to do. Check me out. All right. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into SPY. Okay. Ooh, I already have it here. So a lot of people have been asking me about the SPY room, what's going on, how's it going, etc. So let me walk you through an example of the SPY session that we had on Friday. I'm gonna walk you guys through it. Okay. So as you can see, we had a gap up on SPY. So every day, what I'm trading is this: triggers, fractals, and fibs. Those 3 things. That's all I do. From a day trade perspective, I'm hitting triggers, fractals, and fibs. I'm also swing trading SPY. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, I actually posted this on Twitter. Let me see if I can find it. So I took a few swings on SPY. Let me see if I can find it for you guys so I can just show you. I try my best to show my P&L, guys. I try my best because I know, it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to do it. Here we go. So I sold this on Friday. This was the October 15th, 21, 441 call. So I got them in at an average price of $1.06. I only bought 3 of them. Okay. And I was able to take that to 443. So that was a big home run for me, guys. All right. And let me see what I sold it at the close, actually. So let me see what I sold it at. 1 second. So I'm doing swings. I'm doing day trades. I'm really trying to hit SPY as much as I can. So I actually sold it for 474 at the close. Okay. I sold it for 474. So that's a pretty big one. That's a pretty big one, guys. Anyways, so on to SPY, and here is the setup room. So for my members and for anyone that's interested, guys, I have the SPY setup room. This is where myself and my mods, we share setups. Okay, we share setups that I know have an edge. They're not all going to work. They're not all going to work by any means. They're not all going to work. But I'm trading the ones that I know have an edge over time. So here we go. So the first play that I did right here, guys, was we had this double inside bar. And you can see that I still have the trade left on the screen here. So this double inside bar, all I did right here with this double inside bar, this is what we call a fractal trade on the 5-minute. I took the break right there of that fractal bar, my stop below the low, and was able to scale up the majority of the position at 1-to-1. And then I just started taking targets on the way up, 1.5, 2, etc. Okay. Generally, when I'm at 2 on a day trade, I'm good to go. All right, I'm good to go. And I'm done. So let me just walk you guys through how it went. So look, good morning all. Let's stay focused on the channel with the alerts and then we can discuss after in the lounge. So we have a lounge where we discuss, but I want members to stay focused on what we're doing. So boom. So first thing is here. So I drew the fibs for everybody so they know while the bar is forming. So then here comes the first alert, SPY 5-minute inside bar. So I said right here, I'm going to try this. And then one of my mods actually took the other way. He went for puts, and that's totally fine because both can work. But we're all sharing our ideas here, and we're all sharing setups that you can use to help guide your trades. And then another one came, SPY 5-minute inside bar. So then I wrote here, got the double IB. I'm adjusting my entry for the smaller bar, and I want to push into new highs. Then I'm done. If it's a fake out, I'll take a quick stop loss below the bar. Let's see how it goes. Boom, boom, boom. So my other mod right here, and then check this out. Double IB hitting targets, nice winner, and I'm done for the day. That's it. That's it. I don't need to be complicated. I don't need 650 indicators on my chart. I do what I know works for me. That's it. Okay. And then another thing that I want to share you guys, we have the SPY swing trades in here too. For those of you who just want to set the swing trades and just forget about them, you can put those into broker as well. All right. And then backtesting, guys, something very important. So I'm going to be sharing this with my members on a monthly basis. So what we're doing here is we're tracking all of the results in the SPY room. We're tracking all of the results. We're showing all the possibilities, and we're focusing on education. I want to make fishermen. I don't want to give you a signal. I don't want to say, guys, I'm adding, like, I mean, I do give signals, but I don't want it to be where you're depending on me every single day and you can't trade on your own. No, I'm giving you the education. I wrote my books, and then I'm showing you guys all of the results. If you took 5-minute bars, 15-minute bars, triggers, fractals, fibs, I'm laying it all out for you guys. And then you can figure out which ones you want to hit, which ones you want to work on, which ones you want to get. It's like this. You're going to the NBA. All right, you got to work on your shooting. You got to work on your defense. You got to work on your passing. That's what we're trying to do, step by step by step. All right? All right. So hit me with a 9 if you guys are excited about that. I just wanted to mention that briefly. Let's go to the daily chart and look at SPY overall. So let's start off with the weekly, actually. So SPY had a very powerful bullish bar, okay? Whenever we have these big, powerful bullish bars on the weekly, as long as those lows, you see these lows, as long as those lows of those bars can hold, we can just go sideways and then we can push higher. So if you're bullish, you always look for this bar to be the last line of defense. So that's what I really look at when swing trading. All right. We do have a few new swing trades set up. I believe it's on the 4-day chart. Yes, we do. So here is the 4-day chart with this outside bar. I will be swing trading this outside bar. Okay. I will be swing trading this one. What else I want to talk about? So let's just pick a few chart requests from here. I'm not too many because what is it? 25 minutes, and I know you guys are busy. I'm not trying to take your Saturday, okay? Because I know you want to go to the club. So I'm not gonna do that. All right, let me just pick 3. Tesla. And I see Square. I'm gonna do that too. So Tesla on the weekly, guys, just beautiful. Just beautiful. I mean, the first time I talked about Tesla was right here with this inside bar. You know, everything else after this inside bar is not a valid trade for me. It's not. Okay? It's not a valid trade for me because I need a reason. And this was my reason. And I took Tesla calls here. All right? I only took it a few weeks out. Obviously, in hindsight, I wish I took it like 2 or 3 months out. But hey, I made enough money. I'm happy. So right now, for me, this is what I was saying previously, right? We are against major Fibonacci resistance for the bears right here. You see all the fibs are lined up, but the bulls are keep pushing higher and higher. As long as the market opens positive on Monday, Tesla will likely try to test those all-time highs. Very, very likely at this point. If the market gaps down on Monday, that's a very different story. All right. What else? So Netflix is one that I'm watching very closely. The only issue with Netflix is earnings is on the 19th of October. So I wanted to play this inside bar very, very badly because you guys know the last time I played the inside bar on Netflix was down here and I made a lot of money on Netflix when I bought it down here. But I don't want to get stuck holding anything into earnings. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait until earnings is done, and then we will reevaluate this together. All right. So Square. Beautiful. So Square. So look, I just gave you guys one of my setups in the room. I'm going to give you this one for free. Okay. So this is Square. So let me unhighlight this so I can show you guys. So this is my plan for triggers, entry, stop. I want to play this to the bullish side, and I have my targets, and I'm going to take the 255 calls. What I'm going to do with Square now is, you see how I have this range. I'm going to drill down on Monday and see what the price action gives me. So on Monday, I'm going to take these orders and I'm going to update them. If they're not triggered on Monday, I'm going to update the orders for Square for a drill down entry. Okay. So there you guys go. All right. So there we go. 26 minutes in. I appreciate you guys' time. I just want to shout out to my room. The SPY room has been doing really well, guys. $39 a month. I try to keep it as affordable as possible. You get the swing plans, you get the day trade plans, you get everything, and you get the indicators and the scanners, guys. I think it's a good deal right here. And then the book on Monday, I'm going to raise the price of the book. Like I said, I'm going to raise it on Monday. So it's your last chance to get the book at $99.99. You get 1 month free in my room, guys. It's honestly, I don't even know how else to tell you guys. I think it's fair. All right. So that's it. That's it for me. I hope you learned something. By all means, guys, you can do this on your own. What I try to do is have a community, and I try to focus on the bigger picture, and I try to give my insights as much as I can, try to help new traders. All right. But definitely, if you can take everything that I teach you here and you can do this on your own without me, you definitely don't need me. And I don't have any intentions of you needing me at all. Because if you need me, I'm not teaching you. Then I'm just selling you some marketing bullshit. All right. So there it is. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you tomorrow on Sunday Stock Talk. Sunday Stock Talk tomorrow. We'll do a lesson. We'll do a giveaway. And just do me one favor. If you want to see this every Saturday, if you want me to show you my swing picks and what I'm looking at, okay? If you want to see my swing picks and what I'm looking at every Saturday, just please comment, like, and subscribe. And in the comments, all I want you to say is Saturday swing plan. Just say that Saturday swing plan in the comments, not in this chat, in the comments. When I end the broadcast, just say that. It helps me a lot, guys. It really does. And I just want to grow the YouTube, because if the YouTube gets really, really big, guys, I can do more things for free. And that's what I want to do in the future. I just want to do as much of things I can do for free. Okay? All right. Thank you very much. Take care.